The most beautiful mobile game will break your heart and your phone. It starts off feeling exactly like a playable Studio Ghibli movie with stunning animations, a gripping story, and puzzles that genuinely make you think. But right when you are fully emotionally invested, the game literally falls apart with game-breaking bugs, unskippable dialogues that glitch out, and massive lag spikes on complex levels, plus you have to pay to finish the story. It is a breathtaking masterpiece that you might not even be able to finish, which is why everyone is saying that. Do not play past Wave 50 in Bug Heroes. At first, this game is an absolute blast, blending action RPG mechanics with classic tower defense while you control awesome heroes like a spider assassin in a massive suburban neighborhood. But the honeymoon phase crashes hard the moment you hit the late game because the optimization completely tanks, turning your screen into a massive lag fest that ruins the entire experience even on high-end devices. The developers need to fix these performance issues immediately before everyone uninstalls, because right now you need to try this hidden post-apocalyptic gem. This adventure throws you right into the shoes of an astronaut returning to a destroyed Earth, where you use a mysterious lantern to shift seamlessly between a melancholic wasteland and its vibrant past. The concept of navigating dangers in two different timelines to solve the mystery of the apocalypse is incredible, but with so few downloads it feels like nobody is actually talking about this masterpiece. It is easily one of the most unique puzzle experiences available on mobile right now. Do not make this one mistake in Nuclear Day Survival. This post-nuclear adventure nails the creepy atmosphere, perfectly drawing you in with deep storylines, intense resource management, and a surprisingly gripping mystery you actually want to solve. But if you are not incredibly careful, you can easily soft-lock your entire playthrough, because if you save your game while heavily irradiated without the exact items to cure it, you will be trapped in an endless loop of death. Losing hours of progress to a single save file error is the most frustrating thing. Here is how to completely troll seekers in Chameleon Obby. This physics-based action game is hilariously fun, letting you seamlessly transform into literally any prop on the map, from a tiny barrel to a random chair, to completely bamboozle your opponents. The stealth mechanics feel incredibly rewarding when you find that perfect hiding spot, but as you progress the game gets super competitive, as players unlock crazy magic abilities like freezing traps and invisibility to counter your strategies. You have to constantly adapt your mimicry skills if you... This is the dark fantasy ARPG you did not know you needed. Dynasty Soul delivers hardcore arcade-style combat, with extremely satisfying aerial juggles, stunning particle effects, and epic abyss raids that feel incredibly rewarding when you crush massive bosses. The chibi art style is a surprisingly awesome twist on the Three Kingdoms era, but be prepared, because the gacha system for summoning legendary heroes and awakening war souls can get really intense if you want the absolute best roster. Here is exactly why I quit Asphalt Legends after 5 years. For a long time, this was the absolute king of mobile racing, offering unmatched arcade speed, drop-dead gorgeous graphics, and a massive garage of dream cars that felt amazing to drift. But eventually, the greed took over, completely ruining the experience with predatory paywalls, unskippable rage-bait ads, and multiplayer lobbies where you just get destroyed by whales who bought the best cars. When a racing game forces the game to drive for you while begging for your credit card, you realize it. I'm so tired of getting one-shot by whales in World War Heroes. At first glance, this looks like the perfect mobile shooter with fantastic World War II graphics, a ton of historical weapons, and genuinely fun tactical multiplayer modes that hook you immediately. But the second you level up, you hit a massive paywall where free-to-play players get instantly deleted by premium weapons that do triple the damage, leaving you emptying entire clips into players who just turn around and drop you instantly. Unless you want to drop hundreds of dollars just to be competitive, this game will... From the screenshots alone, this dark fantasy RPG looks like a console-quality masterpiece, promising deep skill-based combat, no autoplay, and massive co-op boss raids. But the second you start playing, you realize the controls are completely broken, with action buttons slapped right in the middle of the screen, terrible hitboxes, and a camera that makes it absolutely impossible to dodge or fight properly. The developers claim it is a hardcore skill-based experience, but fighting the UI is harder than fighting the actual bosses, which is why players are calling it. Is this decent mobile RPG hiding a massive crypto secret? On the surface, this game actually offers a pretty interesting battle system with a surprisingly relaxing loop where you do not even have to worry about managing hunger or ammo limitations. But things get super weird the further you progress, because the linear gameplay lacks any real character customization, and then you accidentally click a mysterious button on the screen that randomly links out to a sketchy crypto site. Finding hidden blockchain elements completely ruins the vibe of an otherwise This solo developer made an absolute masterpiece, but there is a massive catch. Gladihoppers starts off as this incredibly fun physics-based gladiator simulator where you slash through different eras of the Roman Empire and customize your fighter with tons of awesome gear. But the second you start making real progress, the enemy AI goes completely insane, dodging every single attack frame perfectly, while stun-locking you into oblivion, and it is an amazing concept completely ruined by a massive difficulty spike, which is why everyone is saying that. This cozy murder mystery game wants $18 just to see the ending. At first glance, Elderwick feels like the perfect free-to-play detective adventure packed with beautiful graphics, fun hidden object puzzles, and a genuinely intriguing storyline about a small-town killer. But the deeper you get into the investigation, the more frustrating it becomes because the touchscreen controls constantly glitch out, forcing you to tap items repeatedly, and then you hit a massive paywall right before the finale. Being asked to drop almost $20 on the ultimate farm-to-table game has one fatal flaw that will ruin your day. Starting your own diner from scratch is incredibly satisfying as you grow fresh ingredients, raise animals, and cook up delicious recipes to serve your hungry customers while slowly upgrading your restaurant. But you better not get too attached to your beautiful 5-star diner because the developers completely forgot to add a cloud save feature, meaning if you upgrade your phone or the app crashes, you lose absolutely everything. This mobile flight simulator promises the ultimate pilot experience, giving you highly detailed cockpits, dynamic weather systems, and a huge hangar of commercial jets and historic airplanes to fly. But the realism completely falls apart when you take on the extreme landing scenarios because the game constantly crashes, freezes on black screens, and certain missions like the 3-engine failure are literally impossible to complete. It is supposed to be a thrilling test of your aviation skills, but instead it is just a buggy mess, which is exactly why they call it Gold Hunter, but you literally only find trash. The idea of exploring 20 mysterious islands with a metal detector, setting up camp under the stars, and digging up hidden treasures sounds like the ultimate relaxing mobile adventure. But the reality is you will spend hours walking around a horribly optimized map, lagging every few steps just to dig up garbage and a few rusty coins, while the final achievements are completely broken and impossible to unlock. You will waste all your storage space on a game that just gives you a black screen and a headache, which is they ripped off Spaceflight simulator, and it really shows. The concept of helping raccoons build rockets to conquer space inspired by Elon Musk sounds hilarious, and snapping together engines and fuel tanks to launch your own custom cruiser is initially pretty fun. But the illusion shatters the second you launch because the physics are totally broken, the frame rate drops to single digits, and your rocket can smash into the ground without taking any damage, making it feel incredibly cheap. It is basically just a buggy, childish clone trying to cash in on the Space Hunt, a mobile horror game where running actually will not save you. Project Requiem perfectly captures that classic PS1 survival horror vibe with stunning atmospheric lighting, scarce resources, and a terrifying ruined city that constantly keeps you on the edge of your seat. But what makes this game truly stressful is the auto-aim combat system paired with relentless undead enemies that heavily punish you if you panic, forcing you to manage every single bullet and health kit perfectly. The AI drivers in this truck simulator are hilariously bad. Truckmaster's World actually delivers an incredible open-world driving experience with insanely realistic graphics, authentic engine sounds, and beautiful weather effects as you haul cargo across the country. But the immersion instantly breaks when you hit the highway because the traffic AI is a complete disaster. Cars will randomly brake check you, crash into each other, and the in-game purchases constantly glitch out and steal your money. Can you survive the endless alien swarm in Space Rangers? This top-down sci-fi shooter throws you right into the chaos, letting you choose from unique heroes and upgrade a massive arsenal of shotguns and lasers to blast through massive waves of space bugs. But the adrenaline rush does not last because the progression feels incredibly linear, and there is virtually no deep character customization, leaving you doing the exact same repetitive runs over and over again. Getting matched against VIPs in Wormix is a complete nightmare. This turn-based tactical shooter brings back so much nostalgia with its awesome cartoon graphics, massive arsenal of crazy weapons, and satisfying strategic gameplay that reminds everyone of the classic Flash games. But once you hit the higher levels, the matchmaking completely ruins the fun by throwing you against max-level whales who can deal triple your damage, plant multiple mines in one turn, and fly across the map endlessly. Skill means absolutely nothing that is exactly why everyone is quitting Special Forces Group 3. This highly anticipated sequel massively upgraded the beloved mobile shooter with stunning console-quality graphics, beautifully redesigned maps, and incredibly smooth custom controls that feel amazing. But the developers completely betrayed their loyal fanbase by removing the free offline mode, locking it behind an insane level 20 grind, while flooding the online matches with hackers' server lag and ridiculous pay to win weapon upgrades. This beautiful Limbo clone hides a game-breaking secret. Zamazingo pulls you into a gorgeous black and white atmospheric world filled with clever physics puzzles, eerie silhouettes, and a haunting soundtrack that makes exploring this mysterious limbo incredibly immersive. But the artistic charm quickly turns into rage because the jump controls constantly fail to register, and if you make it to level 10 you hit a massive glitch that completely soft locks your progress, forcing you to restart. Street Racing Idol lets you take an absolute rust bucket and slowly transform it into an absolute highway beast, upgrading every single part piece by piece while earning passive income even when you are offline. But the satisfying progression hits a massive brick wall when the game forces you into a heavy pay-to-win grind, making the later visual upgrades and premium tuning options nearly impossible to unlock without spending real cash. What starts as an addictive mechanic quickly turns into an endless waiting game, testing your patience and making you question,